episode of Phoenix Rising. In today's episode, we had a whole elaborate video planned. It was going to be spectacular. You're going to see some footage from the weekend. We didn't get to do everything we wanted to do. This video is going to be about mindset changes and what you can do to clear your mind and what not to do and what are always things to remember. We're going to pick 5 from each category. It might be a longer video, but we're going to get at it. Today we're looking like Mario, by the way. So, starting with the 5 things that you always need to remember when you're in a bad situation or things aren't going right. 1, everything is temporary. And even this, whatever that is, it's always temporary. It will get better, I promise. Second thing, happiness is the result of your approach in life, not what happens to you. Take that for what it is. As in, you are the controller of your destiny. Mindset over matter. I'm a prime example of this, guys. I've often thought negative. I feel negative. I don't feel so great. I won't be in the best mood for that day. Another thing to always remember. Tip number 3, 4, I don't even know. People are always in your corner, whether you believe it or not. You have a support system. Go ahead and use it, guys. And last, but not least, goes back to what I said earlier. You are in choice of how you react to the situation. If you're thinking negative, you will be negative. If you're thinking positive, you will think positive. That is just how it has to be. Change it up here and get things right. I am a firm believer of everything you do in life is because it started up here. If you could be positive, you're already halfway there. That's the 5 things that you always need to remember. Now, 5 things that you don't need to be doing while you're going through this issue. Don't panic. Don't get ahead of yourself. Live today, not tomorrow. You can't change anyone's mind. You can't dictate their future or their past. You can only control yourself. So don't panic. It's going to be okay. Second thing, I need to take my own advice on this. Don't go immediately to blaming and criticizing others. And it kind of goes hand in hand with don't lash out. So we're going to put those together. Don't blame others. Don't criticize other people for your mistakes. Because at the end of the day, you created the problem. You created the negative environment in yourself. Tip number 3 of things not to do. Do not take it from someone who does this on an everyday basis. Do not self-destruct. Do not be the volcano that tears up everything in your past to tear someone down, to build yourself back up. Because I promise you this, I've been doing this for the last 6 months, and it has gotten me nowhere. That's right, folks, nowhere. So, do not self-destruct. Do not be Voltorb in the middle of a Pokemon match and just blow yourself up because it's getting nowhere. Do not escalate the situation. Just take 5, take a breath, and be calm. And then talk to whoever it is about the situation, because I promise they're probably feeling hurt too. So just breathe. It's going to be okay. And also, for tip number 4 of things not to do, don't isolate yourself, guys. Isolating yourself leads to depression. It leads to anxiety. It leads to stress. It leads to, who knows, maybe drinking, drugs, whatever it may be. Don't isolate. And tip number 5. The most important thing of things not to do. Do not try to control something that's out of your control. That's something I've struggled with myself. In a few days, I'm going to post a story about my life, if I can get the courage to do it. And this is one thing that you guys have to learn to do. Bruce Almighty, the movie, have you ever seen it? Great movie. Said you cannot affect free will. You can change anything in the world, but you can't affect free will. You can't control what others think. Only you control what you think. With that being said, now let's get into the 5 things that you can do to help reflect on your mind. 1, this might be long because there's a lot of things on this list. We might give you more than 5. Accept. That's it, folks. It all comes down to acceptance. You are who you are. You're here for a reason. Now pick yourself off, dust yourself off, and get the grind going. Because at the end of the day, you have to accept your failures, your faults, your insecurities to change your core. So with that being said, accept. Another thing for tip 2, stick to the present. Don't worry about the past. Because at the end of the day, the past is there. Don't ruin your future, something that hasn't even happened yet, for something that happened in the past. People have to let that go, including myself. I'm not all what it seems to be. I'm not always Mr. Positive. I haven't posted hardly any videos because I've been down in the dumps. I've been negative. I had to go back and watch my own videos to lift myself back up. Don't live in the past. I know it's easier said than done, but try to work on yourself so you don't live in the past, because that will tear you up in the end. Tip number 3, take baby steps. 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4 step, 5 step. See? Here we go. Now you're moving. Baby steps, 1 step at a time. Forward momentum. Put yourself in the position that you need to be to translate your future. That's all you can do, guys. Tip number 4, 5, I don't even know what we're at now. Start small. Small changes escalate into big changes. Maybe you eat healthy today, which leads to you doing dishes tomorrow, making your bed the next day, and then you snowball the effect to change who you are. Start small. You have to decipher what you can change about yourself and what you can't change about yourself. Maybe you were dealt a bad deck, like myself. There are certain things about me that I can't control. I am who I am. They're built into my DNA. They're built in my structure. But there's also things that I can control. And currently at this moment in time, we're working on those things. Like a lot of people don't know, I have Asperger's, which is a high-functioning form of autism. Not many people know that. People don't realize how hard it is for me, at least, maybe not now, but in the beginning, how hard it was for me to make YouTube videos. It was really hard. Gotten more comfortable with it, more trust is involved, and that's just how it works. So some things you can change and some things you can't. And you just have to accept your faults and rise above them and better yourself as an individual. Another thing you can do, don't hang around with negative people. There are people out there who have a positive support system. Like in the David Goggins book I posted in the video before, link up here in the card. Everyone is screwed up. Not just you, not just me, not just my dog, not my wife. Everybody has their own set of issues. They just hide it better than you do. You have to remember that. By the way, if you haven't read that book or listened to it yet, highly recommend it. Take care of yourself, love, respect. You can't fix anyone else or change anyone else's lives if you're not right. Like, it's just how it is. Another thing you can do, if you're feeling burnt out, maybe I'm sick of eating healthy, I'm sick of walking, I'm sick of working out, I'm sick of this, I'm sick of that. Take a break, guys. Go rejuvenate yourself. That's what I did. It's past weekend, you'll see some clips here. Went snowmobiling for the first time, got up north, northern Michigan, UP, fresh snow, crossed the bridge, got away, man. In a few weeks, I'm going to go down to Daytona. Will be a video there. We're going to go down to the NASCAR race, take a vacation, in and out. But, you know, if anyone knows me, I'm a big NASCAR fan. And this pandemic, not being able to go to races has really affected me in a negative way. And I'm just really excited that I'm a few weeks away from actually seeing cars on the track again. Because since November, it's been a long off season. So, that being said, take time for yourself. Rejuvenate yourself. Come back with a fresh new outlook on life, a fresh new positive inspiration, and just take a break. Guys, it's okay to take a break. Another thing you can do, and I know this is way more than 5, ask yourself the magical question. Will this stand the test of time? What you're doing right now, will it mean the same thing to you 10 years from now? That's self-explanatory. I don't need to elaborate. And I think this is going to be the last one. And it's probably the most important one. Attitude reflects leadership, folks. Positive minds, positive outlooks. If you wake up in the morning and you're just being negative, guess what? You're just going to be a negative person today, I guess. You know, I had real depression in those videos, folks. I was sad. I was depressed. But I seeked out the help that I needed. I got on my medication. I feel better. Sometimes your depression isn't your fault. Sometimes you're just dealt the bad hand. Accept what you can't change. And it goes back to that. You know, I'm currently in therapy talking about all the problems that I have in life. And I've never felt better. Don't keep the stuff in, guys. Don't let it chew you up and spit you out. Because at the end of the day, whoever you're mad at, whoever hurt you, that's on them. Maybe someone left you. Outside of somebody dying, that's like the exception. House burned down, maybe. Bad example. Somebody left you, spouse, wife, kid, who knows? Whatever somebody did to you, maybe no one left you. Maybe it's something else. It's not your fault. Maybe a little. But at the end of the day, don't let it dictate your future, guys. These are some things that I do and that I've learned in my classes of changing your life. And things will get better. Depression is the clouds in the sky. The sky is permanent. Depression is just a passing cloud. And it will get better, folks. I assure you. So that being said, this video is about 17 minutes in. With that being said, I am Phoenix Rising. And today, we rose up. And we will continue to rise until we get our goals and we get our destination. We're on a one-way ticket to bettering ourselves. With that being said, thanks for joining Phoenix Nation. To all you new subscribers, I'm Phoenix Rising. Peace.